Yes, mate.
Yes, brother, how are you?
Yeah, good. Can you see me?
I can see you, yeah. No, I can't see you actually. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Wait, one sec.
It's on the left. Oh, it just popped up then. Yes.
Yeah. Sweet.
How are you? By the way, I've got a hat on.
Yeah.
It's a mess, bro, so.
Yeah, man, me too. I tried DIY cutting it, but
It looks alright.
Yeah, we're getting there. How's it going?
Good, man, it's good. By the way, your phone's tilted that way. I don't
You
know.
You want it vertical?
See if it works, yeah, vertical.
I'm on like a ghetto rig. How's that turned now?
Keep it like that, that's fine.
Sweet.
Awesome. So thank you for joining, first of all, bro.
Yeah, no worries, man. It's a pleasure.
It's been a while. We've been talking about it for a while. It was like, how the hell did you figure it out? Because you don't have a webcam, and you're just like, you know what, I've got a phone. Like, oh, well.
Yeah.
So for the people listening, just explain who you are, what you do, and then we'll dive straight into it.
Sweet. My name's Miles. I'm a videographer based in Leeds. I guess now I've been kind of doing a bit more creative direction than video, like videography itself. So I've been leading campaigns. I primarily shoot fashion, automotive and lifestyle. Yeah. And yeah, that's me.
Love that. So how did it even start out, bro? Because did you do it from school, college, or was it something you just picked up over time?
Yeah, man. Well, I saw your podcast with Ben the other day, and it's fairly similar to how he started out. I started doing kind of skate park videos.
Seems like
and kind of made
it seems like a common theme with a lot of videographers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just made a YouTube channel, and we just kind of filmed random bits at the skate park every day, and just kind of would put it out there, and I kind of developed my love for video then, which I then carried through, obviously.
How old were you when you were doing
that? I think I started when I was about 16.
Okay, same age as me. That's good. How old are you now?
I'm just turned 20.
20. You developed so quick. Like, I feel like everyone's developed so quick, and I was like one of the late ones. Like, because when I was your age, I wasn't nowhere near as good as what you are, bro. So, what kind of made you want to make a career from this? Because it is a tough one, to be honest, and a lot of people have different reactions when I ask this. A lot of people had decided it was a hobby, and then I got my first pay. And like, is it something you knew you wanted to do, or was it like, again, fun and it just turned into a business?
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, I've always been fascinated by kind of the business side of things, and I've always wanted to have something that I've created and built myself.
Yeah.
And I just kind of developed this love for video alongside business as well, and then it kind of just diverged. So it was very planned. I've always wanted to work for myself on my own terms and you know, build something. I think that's kind of the main goal, is to just be able to build something.
And business, is that like something you've been brought up into terms of like family tradition, or like, where's the business?
No, it's not actually. I've just kind of, you know, you always see all these inspirational videos and people doing incredible things, and I don't know, I just kind of wanted a bit of legacy, I guess, to build something under my name.
100%.
Directed by me, yeah.
100%. Love that. So let's fast forward a little bit. So now you're working with some big people, like, and big companies, which is brilliant. To say like 20 as well, like, it's nuts, to be honest. And you also got a frigging Porsche. Hold on. So get on work, yeah. How on earth did you, like, what was, I know like Porsche is your favorite car, so was this something you were saving up for?
Yeah, man, I mean, I've had the dream for God knows when. My dad's massively into Porsches, so I've kind of been brought up in that culture. And I think just following the brand, I've always been fascinated by how they portray their marketing and, you know, just the brand aesthetic. So I've always kind of desired, and obviously I love cars, so I've always desired to have that slice of Porsche. Yeah. So I've just been saving up for it, man. I mean, it's hard work, isn't it? And just
of course. I love Porsches. That's my dream car. Once the financials are right, first of all, I want a house, I think, and then probably get a nice car. But yeah, so is that? I know that's something you really want to get into, it because we've been talking on a group chat about doing something. I'm not going to say what, because I don't want people to jump on the way. Is that something you're trying to really tackle into now, like going into more car stuff and in terms of
Yeah,
film?
so I think really for me, it's going to be fashion and cars. They're
Hmm.
just two things I'm very passionate about making films of. I've got a few projects actually in the go
Yeah.
regarding cars and stuff. I'm lucky enough to work for some fairly big brands in the automotive industry that you don't really see on my Instagram as much because it's not really exciting stuff at the moment. It's fairly early days, corporate kind of stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I've got yeah, that's
It
the
looks really
direction.
fun, I guess, fashion and cars, because you can obviously correlate both into one video.
Yeah, exactly. They do. You see lots of fashion pics with cars and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
they just go hand in hand. So it's a good combo.
So what are your inspirations in terms of, like, I guess, filmmakers and videographers? Do you look more for, 'cause when I see you sharing things on Instagram, I've recently noticed that you like a lot of old-fashioned stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. Yeah, 100%.
is that the kind of inspirations you try to implement into your work, or is it just something you like and you're trying to make new concepts by other inspirations, if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, I've always my style's just constantly developing. I think I'm at
Yeah,
kind of an early stage where I'm always jumping across different areas. But recently, I have been seeing this more kind of vintage aesthetic, and I think it's coming across more prominently through Instagram and stuff at the moment. Everyone's kind of shooting
yeah,
on film, kind of reverting back to that old school style.
yeah,
And yeah, just I don't take inspiration so much from individual people all the time. I just take it from, oh, that's a cool idea. How can I rework that into mine? That kind of thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. That's how it's got to be, I guess. Everyone takes inspiration from everyone and concepts from
Yeah,
everything. It's down to you, and then either you want to copy it hand to hand or you want to adapt it to your own style, which you obviously do, and a lot of people do. So it's good to see. It's good to see your progression as well, because
cheers, man.
I said it to Camera Pappy, like, he reminds me of the younger version of me, and I feel like it's same with you as well. Like, it's weird seeing that upcoming, but you're developing at such a fast pace. It's nice to see. So in terms of companies, what are the future companies you'd love to work with? Like, what is your end goal in this?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a question I've been asking myself crazy amounts of times during lockdown. I guess obviously Porsche would be the dream to
Yeah,
do a piece for them and do a film for them. But just, I mean, it's like I think this is kind of something that you kind of push is if the concept's right, I don't think the brand matters as much.
no,
If you can have control over the concept, I guess the dream there is to produce something on your terms
hmm,
with the right financial freedom to be able to do exactly what you want.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
I love,
guess that's the kind of aim to direct something with a bit more power behind it.
of course. And that's what I think. That's what a lot of brands kind of misconsume, because to be honest, if your brand, or if I had a personal brand that I want to get a video for, I'd want something to build a story on, because people are going to connect with it so much more, rather
Yeah,
than just showing what the product is and nothing else. You know what I mean? So I think we are coming into that era though, so it is a good thing, because I'm starting to realize in a lot of commercials that you see on TV now, usually this used to be a bog standard commercial that just shows the product and it's quite fancy looking, which nothing wrong with it. I do that
yeah,
sometimes myself. But we are seeing more storytelling in adverts now and stuff like that. And I think the Christmas adverts and stuff like that definitely have helped with that. Um, because it helps so much more. How much do Sainsbury's, Waitrose, all these companies get praise for the Christmas adverts?
yeah,
Everyone
man. It's like
shares
a
it.
competition, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone shares it. So I think companies are starting to realize, well, we need to start doing that, because people connect with it so much more.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%.
I want to talk about fashion a little bit. How did you, first of all, manage to get in contact with the O'Donnell twins? And then I know you work with the, what's it called? The dentist.
Alex, Mason Dental.
That's it. Yeah, sorry. So how did that come in hand in hand? Because I know them three are really close.
Yeah.
So was that, did you work with the dentist and then you got to meet the twins, or was it twins and then which way?
Yeah, no, it was Maison first, and then I got to know the O'Donnells. So basically, I guess this goes back to right where my freelance journey started last year, January. I'd just spend probably hours a day messaging random people, loads of companies, in the hope that someone says, do you know what, yeah, let's give this guy a shot. And I was very lucky enough I was scrolling on my feed one day and I got a sponsored post from Maison Dental. So I was like, okay, so these guys are interested in social media marketing. Obviously that's why they sponsored the post. So I messaged them. Alex gave me a phone call back. And then I think it was like 2 weeks later, we were flying to Ibiza to shoot with the O'Donnells, and then kind of just took it from there, all got on, and now we're here.
It's amazing, mate. It's amazing. That's the same thing that I do, really. It's message loads of people, and it's not luck. I don't like it when people say, look, it's not luck, bro. You worked hard for it, and on that shit, bro, because you really do work hard for your age as well. Not many people have that in them. Not many people have it installed in them whatsoever. So you should definitely be proud of that, bro.
Thanks, man.
So digging into the fashion, what kind of fashion brands do you want to work with, and how do you want to change the way fashion's being shown? Because I believe like fashion videos can either be so creative or so boring. So it's like, are you wanting to, well, it's not boring, it depends on the brand, I guess. What kind of way are you going for? Are you want it to be more urbanized and stylish, or are you trying to go for the elegance? And like I said, it all depends on the brand, I guess. But what kind of route would you rather go to?
Yeah, man, I think this might be controversial, but I think I prefer to go down the simplistic and elegant kind of route.
And that it works. I'm not saying
man.
100%.
But I think my style is very clean imagery rather than, complex transitions and random color grades that like flash up on screen and stuff.
I love your color grade, by the way. I think you're like one of the top ones that know how to color grade well, because I don't have a freaking clue.
Man, I've literally spent probably 90% of lockdown watching color grade tutorials.
What do you use? Do you use Premiere or DaVinci, or what software?
So I've got both because I shoot Blackmagic. But I use Premiere at the moment. I've not really had DaVinci experience yet, but I will definitely get around to it because it looks wicked.
Yeah, I'm trying to move on to that as well, but it seems so confusing. But I'll get back. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, Brad. I wasn't saying it in terms of a controversial way as well. I was just saying it all depends on the brand and it all depends on people's style. But even 100%. If you want simplicity, you can still change the game. You can still change it the way the normal vision is, because it's not always about the camera stuff. It's about what's on set as well. So if you're willing 100%. To change things on set and make things on set look different, then it's ultimately going to make everything on the camera look different as well. So simplicity is key. I've realized that a lot. Even with the product videos that I've been doing, it's simple. There's nothing confusing about it.
They're wicked, by the way.
Thank you. It's just executed well. So I 100% agree with you with that. And I think we're getting to that era now where people are filming the videos with no concept and then just leaving it all to the editing suite and putting lots of flash flickers and animations on it. Like I said, it's everyone's style, right? I'm not slating anyone. I'm not saying anything. If that's your style, then fair enough. But I feel like I'm seeing that way too much to the point it's getting a bit oversaturated.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think as a creative, I think we're in an interesting era. There's so much shit happening in this industry right now. There's so much going on. You got FPV, which came out, that's it, almost 2 years ago now. You've got 360 cameras and people doing crazy shit with that. So it's like so much shit is happening and people are innovating so much.
Yeah.
I don't even know what my point is. I don't know where I'm getting with it.
It's a fair point. I agree. I'd love to get into FPV actually. I've been watching some mad stuff and it looks wicked.
Mate, it looks so sick. I don't know if I can trust myself with a 100-mile-per-hour drone.
No, neither. I've killed too many GoPros in my time.
We get that. So, have you ever thought about music videos?
Yeah, man. I've always, I've always thought about them, but it's just, I don't know what it is. I guess I like making videos to soundtracks. It's just
Yeah.
never really interested me, music videos. I'd rather make a film and have the soundtrack less prominent, whereas I guess with a music video, you make the video surrounding the track.
Yeah, I guess. That's most of the time, yeah, I guess so. That's interesting though. Because especially with Daisy, she's obviously a singer as well as a model.
Yeah.
I reckon you should try it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'd probably enjoy it. It's just I know it's a very competitive industry to be in.
It can be, but it also can be very fun and everyone can get along. So, like, you probably, I don't know if you watch the podcast or not, but I always preach that. It is a very competitive business that we're in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be that way. Like, it doesn't have to be that way because there's so much to go around for everyone. And if you think about it, every business needs a video, every artist needs a video. Everything we do now, or every business that we see, has some sort of social media or video format so it's a business that can never run out. So I think for it to be selfish and negative, which it is a lot, I just don't see the point in it because there's enough to go around for everyone. I just don't get it. But yeah, I reckon you should try it, bro. Because I'm intrigued to know how it'll come out. Even if you do it to a soundtrack that's already out there and you just make your own concept on it.
Yeah,
honestly, I'd love to see your take on it. I think you should try it.
I guess I love every single type of music. I'm just like one of those people that I prefer to listen to songs that I've never heard before. So it's kind of, it would be interesting to see, to be fair, to maybe choose an abstract kind of soundtrack and build a video surrounding it.
Mm-hmm. And are you wanting to are you wanting to build a team, or are you wanting to continuously be like a freelance videographer? And you said you was on the freelance last year, so does that mean would you working for someone or?
No, man. I started my business straight out of sixth form, so
okay, makes sense.
Finished that and then was like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's all time will tell, really. At the moment, I'm unsure. I've not been in the game too long, so I'd like to kind of find my way a bit more,
100%.
See what happens, and then either create a team, like you say, or just kind of get to a stage where I can choose what I want to do for work.
Yeah, I think it is a blessing, I guess, because even if you are a freelancer, you can still work with production teams.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've done a few jobs with agencies where, there's a full team of people, which I've really enjoyed, to be fair. Sometimes when you're on your own, it's quite a high pressure environment and you can get a bit frustrated. And when you've got a team around you, you've got that breathing space and you can be like, right, let's do this, this and this.
100%. I agree with that. It is tough. It's, like I say, when I think when you've got a team as well, a good team, people that you get on with, and it all comes down to personality first. If you get on with each other, it's gonna work regardless.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I think that's the route I'm trying to go to now. I'm trying to build some sort of team where I can get on with, like friends, so it don't feel like work ever.
Yeah.
And just have a good time, because I think that's what media is. It is fun. It's fun.
Yeah, 100%.
Whenever you're on the shoot, I'm never like, oh, I want to be on. Well, some shoots maybe, but 90% of the time I'm enjoying it. I'm socializing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think
it's always a very positive environment.
Of course. And if I had a team that have that same principle and mindset and positivity, then I can only imagine it even being 10 times better.
Yeah, 100%. And you probably get better results.
Yeah.
That you can kind of be proud of. It's kind of cool to have everyone chip into a single project, which I think we're going to be doing sooner or later. Yes. And that'll be, I don't know, I think then everyone gets payout from it, if you know what I mean. It's like,
of course. I'm excited to get in a project together.
Yeah, 100%.
And to be honest, I shouldn't really be saying this, but I've agreed I won't say out, but I am starting to build a team. Me and someone else are trying to build a production team. So obviously I love what you do anyway, so I'll probably be in touch once nearer the time, but like you said, I don't want it to be something where people are tied down to as well. I think with production,
Yeah, 100%.
people can still do their own thing. I'm not. I don't want to be that person where it's like, right, you got a contract, you signed to me, you can't do anything else, blah blah blah. Screw that, man. Screw that. You've got your own clients. You can do your own thing as well. Like, who am I to say you can't do whatever you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll definitely talk to you about that. I think I like how you've already figured out what it is you want to do at such a young age, in some sense, because
Yeah.
you definitely obviously know you want to do some sort of car commercials or work with car companies, because I can tell that's your frigging passion. You love cars, and obviously fashion as well. So I really like how you're trying to build towards that already at such a young age, because I was saying to Grit, not everyone has that niche at a young age. No one kind of knows what they want to do when they just out of
Yeah,
the
100%.
or just come out of university or college and they're like, well, what now? Yeah, it's very interesting, like how you know where you want to go. Do you have an idea how you want to get there, or is it just like just enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, I am very lucky in the sense that I know what I want to do, and I know and I do like the business side, so I do enjoy kind of pitching ideas and doing
Yeah.
emails, etc., accounts or whatever. So I guess I'm not sure on the direction yet as such, like practically. I mean, logistically in my head, I know where I need to be, or not where I need to be, or where I want to be in an ideal world. I just keep doing what I'm doing and keep working my head off and see what happens.
Nice. So it's an interesting question, this. So do you want to go more commercial route rather than filmmaking route?
As in,
Like, because ultimately I want to be in a film set and do films and stuff like that, but that's not
options.
everyone's ambition. So I
Yeah.
was kind of asking would you rather be on commercial sets where it's adverts, something like that? Is that your route? Is that the route you're trying to go?
So you mean you'd rather be in like a feature film?
Yeah,
Than
yeah.
like yeah. I think commercials more my style. No, not for any reason particularly, just because I think my passion's more in the visual side rather than that storytelling. Even though I love telling stories and stuff, I think at the moment I prefer making a cool set look good. Rather than scripting a story, writing out and trying to tell that story through camera movements.
Yeah, I love that. So do you in the future want to start doing more narrative based stuff as well, by sounds things?
Yeah, 100%. I think I've kind of been experimenting with it a bit in lockdown, and I'm going to release my show reel in 6 days or whatever it is. And that's it's got a bit of a narrative opening, I'm really enjoying editing that, and I've kind of created the little, however long, 40-second story, just to open it, to give it a bit more meaning. I think what we have that we're very lucky to have is the ability to control people's emotions and inflict emotions on other people. So I guess when you learn to take advantage of that, you're really opening up your creativity and your kind of ability as a filmmaker to influence people in those ways.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think it's interesting. That it's very interesting. I also wanted to ask, obviously, I don't want to talk about the Porsche too much, but do you have like a side income? Are you doing any side hustling, or do you offer like social media packs or anything like that? Are you doing anything on the side apart from media?
No, to be fair. I think most of my work isn't evidenced on my social platforms as such, because it's less glamorous. But yeah, I don't really go out or anything. I just kind of save money and
Fair enough.
Just work crazy hours.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's this industry, mate. If you can't work crazy hours, and it's not for you.
Yeah.
But who's the ideal person you'd love to work with apart from Porsche? Like, who's the ideal person?
I think I'm very lucky in the sense that the people that I work with currently are really amazing and inspiring people.
Yeah.
So I guess just there's no one specific in particular. I'm very happy with the client base I've got now. Everyone is very on the same mindset as me, and everyone inspires me, and I'm very lucky to be surrounded by such amazing people. But I guess just the same kind of people that I already deal with.
You seem to get on with them so well, and I look for that in business as well. make sure you get on with the client, as well as obviously have a mutual vision. Because I think that's more important to me than it is for the actual work, getting on with someone rather than just doing the work for the sake of a paycheck, because ultimately it's not benefiting anyone apart
Yeah,
from.
man, 100%. I always think that kindness is the kind of king of everything. If you are very grateful all the time and you're very kind and you think, how can I help this person to kind of realize their vision more? What can I do extra to help this person? It's never about the financials. It's never about kind of creative control. It's always about being grateful for the opportunities that you've been given and kind of just showing that gratitude constantly and always making that person feel like, you know, they're giving you a shot and they're kind of the mutual inspiring of each other.
I love that. Very inspirational, mate. At 20-year-old as well. Nuts.
Yeah, man.
So what I want to talk about nightlife stuff, because you've done quite a bit. Is that something you want to continue doing or get away from? Because personally, I want to start avoiding that as much as possible. Not because of any particular reason, just because it don't progress me as a creative. I feel like they're all same, and when you do try to propose an idea, they kind of don't understand it or anything like that. So I'm trying to really.
Yeah, and it's very difficult to orchestrate drunk people.
I mean, I would love to do promotional videos for an event, like before it happens. So like a creative video of, let's just say, Mint Festival or whatever, like a creative video before it goes live, because then you can kind of stage it and come up with a cool concept. But actual filming festivals, at one point it was like my dream, and now it's like I'm not sure. Like I enjoy it, it's fun, but there's no creative control.
Yeah, I understand. I did I guess the early months of my career I started by doing a few nights here and there just to kind of get a feel for it. And then I did a couple of festivals. I prefer day festivals just because the environment's a lot more interesting. And then I was lucky enough to fall on Dollhouse, which is Kane and Tom's project, it's less of a nightclub, I think. It's more of it's a really good atmosphere there. Yeah, and I think Kane's got this cool vision, or Kane and Tom have this cool vision where they create the environment, and it's always cool to shoot the new installations. And I think the environment there, compared to say a club where it's dark and crowded, it's a lot more social, it's a lot more welcoming. You've got 100%. A lot more freedom there to kind of create something interesting and unique, because I think the vision of Dollhouse is very interesting, and it's always changing, and it's like man, it's impossible to describe. Yeah.
Aesthetically, it looks good to shoot as well.
Yeah, exactly, and it's all been planned with social media in mind and content in mind. So it's always good to shoot there, because literally I think they even do fashion shoots there and stuff. It's always you can always manipulate it to an extent compared to your typical nightclub where you're stood in a crowd with your arms in the air.
100%. And that's what I mean by working with clients that actually understand the vision, because Kane and Tom, obviously, they understand it. They've been in the industry for ages.
Yeah, 100%.
So they understand, like, video production can make your business or company or event stand out. So I think they understand that, and it's tough working with people that don't understand it. And I think that was my point. I'm trying to branch away from the people that don't really understand the creative side of things, and it's no offense to them, because I completely understand. Obviously, it's not for everyone; no one's going to get it. But even when you try to tell them about it, they're just not interested. So I think from now on, it's just control on what I'm doing, control on what's going to benefit me, control on. End of the day, you're building a portfolio. Every job you do, it's adding to your portfolio. So that's how I'm thinking of it now, because last year I didn't, and the year before I didn't. So I think I'm just trying to have a different mindset on it, and try to come at everything with a different approach, and have a creative idea for every single job I have, and see if they like it or not. If not, then it depends how I get on with the person. If I get on with the person, I might do it still, but there's a lot that goes into it that I didn't really realize until I had time to think about it. And now that I've been traveling and I've come back, I've just got a different kind of mindset and goal on what I want my brand to be and who I want to work with. And ultimately, like I said,
100%.
the main thing is to work with people that I enjoy working with and I get on with well and have mutual connections and interests and stuff like that. So that's the main thing I'm looking out for now currently. Just personality, nice people I get on with, things like that.
Yeah, and people that will let you put your creative ideas across. I think it's really important. There's nothing worse than being on a set and boxed into something that you're shooting and you're like, well, this isn't going to work. And it's always good to be able to say, look, why don't we do it this way instead? And then kind of adapt. I mean, not necessarily tell them their idea is horrible, but just kind of,
of course,
as long as you're allowed to create, like put your creative mindset across, then it's always a good place to work.
Is that something you've always looked out for? I know you kind of mentioned it recently, but like as soon as you left uni, is that how you always wanted to approach business? Or would you kind of in my position where you was just trying to build the portfolio and kind of get paid? Because you do worry a little bit, especially as a freelancer, because it can come and go at any point, business. So you always have to be on form, and when stuff kind of does decline, you have to make the choice whether you want to do jobs that you don't really want to do just to get paid, or do you stick to yourself and what you believe in?
To be fair, I always try and keep busy. But like I say, it's never been about financial gain. It's always about trying new things and kind of just improving. I try and improve with every job that I do. So then in 6 months' time, I can go back and say, I should have done this better. I should have done this differently.
You can see that when you work.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
I love the I shared it as well. I love the one that you did with the dental when you was in London. It was like it was like a cinematic vlog, and it was friggin' sick. I love that.
Yeah,
that was like creative storytelling, and although I know it was vlog inspired, but you made it interesting.
Yeah, and
that's what I loved about it, like the shots and the way you actually got the shots of him talking as well, where it was close on his eye, close on his mouth. Like that was creative. I love that.
Yeah, man. I mean, to be fair, I've got to give credit to Alex for quite a lot of that, because we had a vision together that we both kind of agreed with it. And it's like, I can't stress the importance of a working relationship so much. When you're both on the same wavelength and you're both pitching into the ideas, whereas Alex comes up with the kind of concepts and I kind of come up with the practical way to handle that. And it just kind of works so well. And you get that cool outcome.
That's like a perfect mix. It's like a magical mix.
100%. Dream team.
So what's I think that's it really. I was going to say what's your future goals, but I've already asked you that. So
yeah, man, it's all to play for at the moment, isn't it? I mean, time's great.
The world's your oyster, to be honest. The world's your oyster. And you're so young still, so you got so much to to do and learn and experience, man. I'm young myself, but I feel like I'm old now. I'm 23.
Okay. Nah, man, you're still young, man.
Getting old and getting closer to 30. Crikey. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it a lot. And if you've got anything else to say, then finish off a nice motivational quote.
I don't really have an ending message. I think just as long as you stay true to your vision and, like I say, be grateful for everything that you're given, and never, I think this has been covered a lot, never compare yourself as much as possible. I know it's hard to do, but from a social standpoint, Instagram is never reality. Just please create stuff and please be happy and be positive and share gratitude always.
Love that, mate. Actually, I love that. Thank you so much. I will definitely.
Yeah, no worries, man. It's been a pleasure.
100%. It's been good. Excited to do projects together. So I'll see you soon, hopefully. Well, it depends on coronavirus, I guess. But take it easy, bro.
No worries. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.